Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make beats for Drake and Lil Durk, you know, something like that one joint they did, Laugh Now Cry Later. Just some retro vintage vibes with like jazzy chords, you know, you already know the vibes. And before we get started, make sure to go follow me on social media at inquires, tap in with me, but let's lock in. But also, if you guys see the YouTube shirt, YouTube needs to sponsor me ASAP, man. I can't be giving them free clout anymore. Alright, so this is the beat that I'm gonna break down for you guys, and let me play it real quick so you guys get the vibe. Man, I lost my dog. Man, I lost my cousin. Obviously really emotional jazzy chords, you know, just a really cool atmosphere so that Durk and Drake can just talk about their trench experiences. We all know Drake came from middle class, but obviously Durk, best rapper to talk about trenches. You know, just like any other beat that I made, I just played out the piano chords, just improvising something. So alright, so the chords pretty much go from C minor 7 to A flat major 7 to F minor 7 and then G minor 7. But yeah, obviously that sounds kind of cringe because it's just like root position, so you definitely got to juice it up. So by that I mean like take notes and switch them around. So in this case, you know, you want to pick notes that are not technically part of the chord. So I played the C minor 7 like this. So I just took out the 5th. I took that one out because if I take this note out, it's going to put more emphasis on my 7th and my 9th. And then I pretty much did that same kind of thing for my G minor 7. I took out my 5th again, so it's like this. It kind of sounds more empty. Let me just play you guys the chords though. At the very end, as you heard, I did this cool switch up. That's pretty much, it goes from G minor to A flat diminished. If everything I just said doesn't make any sense to you, I actually have a couple of videos on chords and stuff. I'll link it right now if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, this is pretty much the foundation of the whole beat. You know, it's the entire vibe of the beat. I hope what you take away from this is that like most chord progressions are not complicated. The reason it sounds complicated is because they add colors to it. You know, they make it like colorful. So yeah, definitely experiment with your chords. Don't leave it boring and stuff. So next, my favorite part of this beat is actually this choir that I added, and it's playing a really simple pattern. As you can see, it's not too complicated. I just played like mostly intervals of two notes, you know, not really chords, because I already have the piano laying down the chords. This is just like a texture. And this choir is from Structure. It sounds really synthetic, like really kind of artificial, just because I really wanted to go for that 80s vibe. You know, these kind of sounds were really popular in the 80s and like 90s because they were using like synthesizers and stuff. So next, I grabbed this little synth from CS80. This is a really cool plugin, has a lot of cool sounds. But yeah, the preset that I actually stumbled upon sounds like this. And I kind of played this little sequence. That's the first thing that I kind of played, and I think this is the pattern that made me want to go for that 80s vibe, just because it reminds me of this song called Any Color You Like by Pink Floyd from Dark Side of the Moon. You should definitely go check it out. You'll probably see why I think it sounds similar to this. Pattern is really crazy because it kind of makes you feel like you're floating away. You know, definitely a crazy vibe to add in there. Next, for the verse, basically what I did is take out all those two and add a different synth from Expand. You know, classic, can't go wrong with Expand. This one is a more groovy pattern, kind of feels more jazzy. And I actually low passed the piano as well. And as you can see, most of my notes are like overlapping, and that's because when you have a synth that's sliding, you want to overlap the note so that it can slide. If you don't do that, it's gonna kind of have that attack every note, that kind of punchy sound. I didn't want that. I want it to be smooth. So then for my drums, I kept it fairly simple. I just have a clap and hi-hat. And then I layered a second hi-hat and a snare. So then for my 808, I wanted to keep it simple as well, and this is just the same pattern that goes on through the whole beat. Really punchy 808. And then for the hi-hat rolls, I have a different hi-hat doing the rolls. With the new kit that I'm working on, has a lot of weird hi-hats like this. So I do the rolls with this one. So this is what the rolls sound like. It sounds really weird, but I kind of like that bouncy, like rubbery texture. And then I added an open hat and 3 layers of perks, and this is what basically everything together sounds like. And then finally, I just added a kick. So as you can see, I have all my drums here just playing together, but I didn't do that in the actual beat. In the actual arrangement, I have different things coming in at different spots, just because like you want to have the drums fill in gaps that like are kind of left blank. This shaker perk only comes in where the hi-hats don't have rolls, just because it sounds more empty. So I kind of wanted to fill in that gap. And then in my verse, I have a sub coming in. But yeah, that's pretty much this whole beat. As you can see, there's only like 4 layers of melodies, and one of them only comes in like twice throughout the whole beat. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful and you guys got some tips on how to make better vintage kind of beats. If you guys enjoyed this video, please, give it a like, comment below what you thought, and also please subscribe to my channel because it helps me out a lot. I definitely want to go crazy, so I definitely appreciate the support. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.